Alrighty. So, scanning some photo film from 2018. Isn't it crazy? Like 2018 was like 2.5 years ago.
Is that crazy that that year existed?
I,
What are
well,
you
I,
asking?
I mean, I just feel like 2018 wasn't that long ago.
Oh, I don't know.
Do you
I
think it was
didn't.
Do you think it was long ago? I don't know.
Yeah, BRB.
All right. Okay. So we were on. This is 141, and I think we were on Superior 400. So we're gonna start up a capture. Let's take a look here at some presets that I might have had. Let's just go with this guy. So we are on F10, 60 and 100 ISO. Okay, let's just get it going. There we go.
Found some grapes.
Nice. Dude, I've been eating like so much fruit lately. I've been eating so many seeds. I feel like
Huh?
seeds. I've been eating chia seeds, flax seeds, a bunch of fruit. I've been eating somewhat healthier lately.
Nice. There's this place called Blue Bowl that I like going to. It's like a acai bowl type thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so good.
Acai.
I always feel great after eating that.
Nice. I feel like everything's crooked. It's crooked as shit. What the hell? How do I make this less crooked? Now the bottom. Go towards the bottom. That's good. Damn. So I'm scanning some film from that disaster relief trip,
Uh-huh.
and it's like,
And I'm surprised you still have film from that.
so I mean, like it's all like I'm redoing scans, um, because I feel like I did all the scans badly when I did this in 2018. Like I got this like new scanning setup, right? And it's interesting too, because like I like getting to do this because I get to like revisit the film from back then, and it's like, oh shit, I forgot about all of these things that happened. It's like super cool. like, especially like looking at pictures from this trip, it was like, damn, it's like a different world, different universe, man. I do remember like halfway in, I started fucking up all the film, but I think there's like ways that I could try to recover.
Ew.
We'll see. I'll see how it goes. I feel like I super like overexposed a lot of them, but I think with this software I might be able to approach it a lot better. All these overexposed ones.
Have you kept in touch from anyone from that trip?
I follow them on Instagram, and then like it's like I think 2 days ago I posted a picture of the trip just cause like I had it saved in my phone. I was just like, fuck it, I'll just post it, right? And
Uh-huh.
then like whenever I post pictures from that trip, like all of the people that follow me from that trip, they just like flock straight to it. They're like, I don't know. It's interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
cool that they see your posts.
What's up?
Cool that they see your posts.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, some of them like just regardless, like will just like some of my other random non-trip photos. It's really cool. I remember I was still posting pictures from it from like a year later, and then people were like, saying like, "Dang, one of those guys is like semi social media famous." And then I remember I posted a picture of him, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you gotta send this to me."
Oh,
Yeah,
did you post one?
yeah, he posted it. And he was like a teenager, but I mean, 2 3 years later, I think
Oh, I
he's
remember that guy.
2 or 3 years later, he's like probably I don't think he's a teenager anymore. This is cool. I'm getting through this pretty quick, and I have a lot of time to just play with these colors because I know that I must have for sure fucked up the colors when I was first scanning it on that flatbed. Oh, Steven's in here. Steven redeemed open a package. Steven, what's going on? Long time no talk. Steven, did you ever end up getting those basketball cards? You wanna Andy, this is Steven. He went to our high school as well. I almost said it out loud. Um
What's that?
he Steven was texting me like a week or two ago saying like, Chris, you want me to buy some NBA trading cards? And you could open them on stream. Steven says NBA Top Shots drop tomorrow. There's a drop tomorrow.
One of those NFT cards.
I guess Steven's
That
into
shit's a
NFTs.
scam,
I was watching. It was crazy. I was watching this video. It was like a 15-minute video. I only watched like 5 minutes of it. Um, he he's a photographer and he has been talking about how like he's into NFTs and he said like I made more off of one NFT than I have in 3 to 4 years combined of me shooting.
And he must have got a good ass card.
No. Like I mean, I think the guy literally is talking about like he turned his own photos into NFTs.
Oh, I thought he bought basketball cards.
Oh no. He's talking about like actual like art NFTs.
He's sold his. Yeah, I don't know, bro. There's a market for everything. It's just like, whatever. I already know, like, if I buy a pack for like $200, I'm gonna open the cards and I'm gonna get garbage. And it's just like, why pay the $200 when I know I'm not gonna get good cards? Because like I have the worst luck ever, you know. And I don't want to get hooked on it either, you know. Keep buying and keep buying, keep
Yeah.
buying. That's the issue, you know, for me personally. But hey, if people got the disposable income to say fuck it, I'm just gonna
Okay.
buy some digital cards. Go ahead, you know, and no judgment. It's just like, for not for me.
Steven. Okay.
I'd rather buy some of these.
Steven's saying a bunch of things here. He's going. Drop tomorrow 9 a.m. You need 3 moments. Get it. A friend of ours from college bought a rare pack for $200 and sold the context for like $900. And he says, dude, you should make an NFT of that photo in front of our eyes. Alex just joined in. What's going on? And then Steven says, Andy from our unnamed high school, I believe in you. I think Steven really wants you to get in on NFTs, Andy.
Uh, that's very convincing.
And then he says, I believe in you. We can get LaMelo from a high school. Alex says, oh yeah, do an NFT of every scan you do. All right. Real quick. So I have 3 packages today. Steven redeemed one. Alex redeemed one. So we're just going to go over them. I've been trying to open this one for a long while now. I finally got it. So, we got here some, because I don't have a top down, so I just have to hold it up. Cherry MX High Rose Orange. These are like supposedly super rare key switches that are supposed to be super smooth. They're interesting. I think they could use a little work, so could do some lubricating. What's really cool, I didn't realize this guy knows what's up. This guy actually dropped in a couple of the keycaps that I guess came along with this. They're weird as fuck. I think they came from like an actual music device. There's like a, what is this? What's the is that a B sharp? I think it looks like a B. There's a bunch of crazy shit in here. That's wild. Anyways, I don't know if y'all can see that.
I think keycaps are going to become NFTs.
Keycaps are NFTs. All right, Cherry MX Hyro. So here it is. They're orange and they're kind of like a little. They look like a gummy, like just like in terms of the material. It's pretty cool. I'm a fan. Spent quite a pretty penny on these, so we'll get to using these. I'm excited. Excuse me. All right, package of the second. I don't know if Ada's gonna tune in. Ada had a package sent over here that she wanted me to open, so I don't know if she's gonna be here to open or be here for it. I'll just open it. All right. We got one more redemption, I believe. If anyone wants to redeem it. But here we're gonna open this package sent from Ada. Oh my god, what is this? Good lord. Really? Oh, she sent like, what is this? 12 boxes of saltines.
For what?
I don't know, for eating? 5 grams of whole grain. How many crackers per box?
You got pranked.
I got pranked.
BRB. I gotta watch this anime.
So apparently there's 150 crackers per box. And there's 12 boxes. Alex is, holy shit. Steven goes, oh my fucking god, lol. So, there it is. Thank you, Ada, if you're watching. Alright. Saltines are good with tuna. I don't eat tuna. Yeah, anybody feel free to redeem that last one. I'm gonna get back to these scans. I'll look up videos on the NFT thing. It's the fact that there's like YouTube guides on how to make NFTs from your artwork is actually pretty interesting, and I feel like I should tune into that. I am starting PTO next week, so like, I got a week of PTO. I'll have a lot of time to just kind of like do stuff. Craving chicken on a biscuit now. You know, isn't chicken in a biscuit not even made with chicken? Like, isn't chicken on a biscuit like vegetarian? Steven, thank you for that. Much appreciated. Steven just sent me a text of a photo he shot on his phone of me holding the 12 boxes of saltines. You're welcome. So ridiculous. Ada said she was gonna have saltines delivered to my place, but I didn't think, like, cause the box was so damn big, I didn't think all of it gonna be saltines. I thought she sent over some other stuff. My goodness gracious. HSK project. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. We're doing some 35mm photo scans and opening up some packages. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone here is doing well. Thank you for dropping by. These photos from 2018. I already did the back half of these rolls, like maybe I don't know, a month ago for scans, but thanks, good to be here. Hey, welcome. These are from a trip I took in late summer 2018.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, we love you, God!
So, this was a disaster relief trip I went on in St. John in the Virgin Islands. And just doing some rescans. I scanned this back then using, I think a scanner. So the scanner is one I gave to Alex, who just redeemed all that stuff. And I don't think that I really got the results that I wanted from back then. So I got this whole new scanning set up. And I think we're we're gonna get some more desirable results here. But we gotta go through them. We just gotta see. I'll have a little bit more finer control of all the colors, which will be nice. Oh, Spelunk. Welcome to the stream. We'll all right. We'll get that open. Let me just load this guy up here. All right, last package of the night. Everybody, thank you for being here. This one will be pretty cool. All right, box cutter. This one was interesting. I'm not gonna show it, but the guy, instead of writing on the package, writing on a, I don't know. Well, the fella wrote the shipping address and the return address on Post-its, and then taped the Post-its onto the package, which is interesting. HSK project, is this here on film? Yes, it is. This is film that I shot in 2018, late 2018, and then developed it at home. It's my second time scanning it. But yeah, what beach? This is I forget the exact name of this beach, to be honest, but this was in St. John in the Virgin Islands, the smallest of the 3 primary Virgin Islands. It was actually this like once luxury resort that kind of just got ruined by the hurricanes from about, I guess it would be 3.5 years ago. And it was like otherwise pretty abandoned. They had restored power to the area, but most of just everything was just damaged. So they let the volunteers use it as sort of like a site to stay on. Is it called Virgin Island because you were there? Yep. All right, you guys ready? Last package of the night. Technical difficulties here. Oh man, I just like struggle with all this tape. We got here another in the latest family of HHKBs. A burgundy Canon Keys Brutal 60. Which is really quite nice. I like the color. It's like a little less red, but still pretty red, but it's burgundy. There is a ding. There's a pretty gnarly ding on the corner. That ain't good. Was this in shipping? Let's see. Albert texting, what on earth is happening? You already know. So this fella posted 2 pictures of the Brutal 60. One of which, the angle that you would have seen a ding on, is conveniently cropped out. The next one, the picture is in reverse. So I'm not sure how easy it would have been to be able to see that. So we'll kind of see. I am not one who really cares super hard about dings, but at the same time, I'm kind of a guy who looks at this like, well, I'm not sure that this is what I paid for. I'm trying to see if I can show that off. I don't know if you can see that corner. There's like a light speck on this corner right here, and it's just like a pretty gnarly ding that wasn't in the photos when I bought it. I'm just getting all these texts. Pretty gnarly ding. I'll reach out to this guy about it. It's otherwise a pretty nice board. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer, I gotta say. It's like the plate. Everything seems to be there. There's like a foam in there. Yeah. All right. Well, that's what it is. It's like my second time getting a board with a little ding on the corner. Bit of a bummer. Okay. Gloves back on. Try and flip them around here. So as I was mentioning, the U.S. Virgin Islands. I think when you're kind of anywhere in the Caribbean, there's this huge trade-off of, you know, sort of the beauty, I guess, of, you know, kind of being in a place with a lot of water. Being in a place with like a lot of like the natural environment looks really nice. But the trade-off is that like you are just definitely at risk of damages, because I think that kind of that's the nature of how weather works in that part of the world. So it's like we're here for, you know, disaster relief, because of you know, a crazy hurricane that the whole island had to go through. And we're here fortunately, like I can take like pictures as nice as this, because there isn't an active hurricane, and it's like looks really nice, looks really cool, right? But it's it's a little tough. It's a trade-off. All right, so that's the end of the roll. A lot of this I've had a preset on from the previous rolls in this series that I think cover the photos really well. Some of them. The ones that were exposed well, and yeah. Pretty much the ones that were exposed well, good coverage on this previous preset, but some of these are like heavily overexposed. Not to say that they were really particularly good photos, but I think we can possibly just like make some adjustments here to try to recover some of this information back. Like, I mean, look at this, right? It's extremely dense, but I think we can make something out of it. So let's go and try it. So we're gonna rerun Negative Lab Pro, which is a Lightroom plugin that sort of just deals with negative conversions. And it takes a look at a lot of... Oops. Why did I save this? I don't want to save that. It takes in what information is in the photo and figures out how it wants to invert it. And so like you can run this algorithm on different photos and kind of get different results. But depending on what result you actually like, you can apply it to like sort of the rest of your roll. I think within this roll, there's like different exposures on it. So it's like I kind of have to have like multiple profiles for a single roll because of how these exposures look. So I think like this might be like too dense. So see if we can naturally just bring this up. What if I try running NLP like See what happens. Interesting. The standard still brings it to something like this. Let's keep trying this. What if I like pull up the saturation? I feel like the saturation almost doesn't matter because it kind of neutralizes it anyways when you first pull that up. Alright, let's take a look. Here's where it started. Oops. And here's where we landed. Better, but it's still just, the exposure is just crazy. See if we can apply it though. Can we apply it to some of these other ones that seem very highly overexposed? And we do recover quite a bit. Oh, that was real nice. Yeah, that's how I actually remember like the day that I was shooting a lot of these photos, and this is more closer. This is like closer to what it looked like. Yeah, this is significantly better. Kind of get like this interesting tint, but it is like a little bit more kind of accurate to what it was, or compared to how it used to be. Real good, real good. We have several more that kind of have this level of exposure. Let's see if we can sync this. There we go. Oh, look at that band. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, this one I remember. I've taken this scan before, or I've done this scan before. I posted this on Instagram, and I think that this one was definitely like the pog of this roll. This one was really cool too. It's the bikes. Fellas here playing this giant Connect 4. It's like the empty resort, the emptied out resort area. It's real good, real good. All right, next roll, wherever it is. Is this it? Yep. So this is the second roll for my trip, but the last one that I need to scan. So I'm trying to, it's hard to determine if there's anything even on this roll. Let's see. I just need to cut this. Where are these scissors? There we go. Okay. Start a new tether. Call it 42. Start at 1. Let's go. Should also be superior. But that is like nearly nothing. What can you do with that? There's something there, but it's just very hard to see. Let's see. Let's see what we could do. Is there anything we can possibly recover from this? I say it's a long shot. A very long shot. Oh, hey. Wow. All right. That's unbelievable, but it actually worked. So some crazy light leaks have led this to look like this. And to be honest, I think a lot of this roll is like this. This may have been my fault during the development process. But that is pretty sick that this actually went and worked as well as this did. That is actually really cool. As bad as the photo is, this worked out kind of better than I could have expected. So, with that, let's create this preset. 0142, 35 millimeters, superior 400, f10, 160, 100, light leak. And let's set this preset as we scan. Hard to tell what I've even done here. Which way does this normally go? Something like that. All right, this is a lot of problems. I think what might have happened is I might have exposed it to light, dropping the tank or something when developing it. Problem is that it's up to me to figure out. Shit, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. I think it goes something like this. Let's try this out. This is really bad. It's like I don't even know how I figured out how to cut these. It doesn't make any sense.
This is my first time.
What in the world? A tough one. So while I was there, you could see some of this volunteer work and some of it. Yeah, super surprised because I don't think I was able to get these kinds of colors on my last scanner through this, just badly developed film. So I was part of this chainsaw team. um, team kind of dedicated here to sort of chopping down. Oh my goodness. I feel like I cut these all terribly. I don't know where the start and end of these photos are. Okay, so this one makes sense to me. And something like this. I think that would be equating to this guy here. And these two. Let me delete this one. I was part of this chainsaw team. And it was funny. I don't think it might not be as cool as it sounds because I didn't actually frequently handle the chainsaws. I did a couple of times, but it was mainly these guys who were like certified chainsaw guys. Were mostly manning it, which makes sense. We were mostly just hauling wood, me and the other young guy. Which ended up being cool because then it ended up just being this like a 2-week long trip of just working out. Just carrying wood all day for 2 straight weeks. I feel like we can do better on some of these, and I'm actually really curious and really excited to be able to see us doing better in these colors. Obviously, light leaks, really horrible, but we can still make something of it. Matt G. Makes it so hard dealing with these like kind of busted negatives is that like orientation and framing is really challenging. Just because you can't even see like the edges that normally tell you like what the film is and all that. But we're getting through it. We're getting through it. Getting through it slowly. And I think it just kind of takes that like extra amount of care. It's so interesting though, like I'm going through this again and it was a 14-day trip, and it's really cool because like as I like see some of these shots, I'm able to recall like some of the work that we did on these days and where I was when we were shooting this, and it's really actually like it's kind of rekindling, you know, a lot of the fun, interesting memories about this trip. I'm kind of recalling we were up this hill, and I think we were just kind of like doing some hauling work, just hauling I think some debris after doing like a thing. But I remember taking this shot here, you know, all these boats here in this sort of Bay Area. But I remember there was this road here, and I remember going along this road, and it's not a big island, so like you can kind of travel the island like really rather quickly, and you can kind of get around really well, but it's just really hilly, and that's kind of where all the houses are. But what was cool is like, or not cool, but like what I really remember was that like you go along this road. Story time with Papa Chris is actually so soon next. I appreciate that. But I remember, so what I remember was like, we would go along this road, and you know, folks driving trucks and all that, vans and stuff like that for us to ride in to get everywhere. These like SUVs. Along this road, there was one area that smelled really, really bad. Like it was just awful. And every time, like we knew, like everyone kind of knew where this area was that just smelled really terrible. And I think it was like around here. And so it's like everyone's just like every time you have to pass by it, everyone would be like, "Oh fuck!" And then like if you didn't plug your nose in time, it's just everyone's like, "Oh my god, oh fuck!" And it was the same spot. It must have been some trash or something. But I remember at one point thinking like it smelled like rotten chicken soup. Is what I thought. It was I remember I mentioned that out loud, and then I guess I ruined chicken soup for somebody. Alright, I think this is the next photo. Yep. Team 19. Yep. There we are. We can recover these colors. This can be done a little bit better. Like this is the back of this. I guess they were SUVs. It's so hard dealing with these busted negatives though. I kind of want to go back because it's just been a little while, but I do kind of want to go back and see some of the other photos, even though we did scan them maybe about a month ago. Part of me is like, damn, if only I didn't mess up this roll. Some of these photos would be fantastic. This was a little lunch spot we would go to, but they didn't really serve lunch just because, I mean, they were light on resources this soon after all of that. Hey, it's me. Alright. Let's check this out. Yay, there it is. For anybody who's still there. HSK asked a little bit earlier what beach it was that the previous roll was on. That beach was it was like part of the resort, the once luxury resort we were at, but I'm now remembering because of the sign here. I can see it in the negative. It's called Conneaut Beach or Conneaut Bay. Was the resort name, and then a little walk out was like you could see that beach that we were on from a little bit earlier in that previous roll. Matter of fact, part of me wants to look Canil Bay Beach. So if anyone wants to see some more official looking photos of what it may have looked like possibly prior to sort of the hurricane, that era of hurricanes that ran through, it's kind of what it had looked like. It's interesting, we go back here and let's take a look here. 2 years after back-to-back hurricanes struck St. John. Oh, you guys didn't see that. The famed Canal Bay Resort has not reopened. Storms lingering aftermath laid bare the Eco Resort's long festering problems. So this is where we stayed. This is what it was, and there was a lot of damage to the entirety of this resort here. So this was, look at this photo. Canal Bay 2016. This was like, it says here, long considered the crown jewel of the island of St. John. I remember talking to a fella who was there. Shit, where am I? This is 28. I'm just gonna shoot this. There's like nothing on this. He said that he had been to the island when he was younger. Looks like I took the same one. Let me delete this. And reset this to 29. Yeah, these pictures are rough. There was a fella who was volunteering, and he said that he had been to St. John a long time before, like must have been like 40, 50 years before. Dude was like 60-ish, and he said that like he was in St. John in like his 20s. And he mentioned like specifically this resort that we were staying at was like essentially where all the rock stars would go to. Like whenever famous people, famous musicians and stuff would like go through the Caribbean, St. John was the smallest of the islands. There's nothing on this roll. Just take a bunch of photos. There was like St. John was the smallest of the islands, and it had that really, really nice resort that was meant to be like super luxury. Getting some interesting messages on my phone here. He said that like he'd seen or he'd heard that like while he was there, like the Beatles were rolling through. He said that he was there when like Sting ran through. Yeah, I'm struggling. There's nothing on here. I hardly think anything here is recoverable. So I'm just gonna shoot and pretend like any of this amounts to anything, but it doesn't. Let's face it. I mean, like I'll try with this, but there's someone drinking something. Let's try this out. This is not promising. I'll tell you that much. If we expose this up a little bit. Can NLP take us to the promised land of image recovery? Hardly. Yeah, let's go with a hardly. Let's try to apply it to these last, I don't know, 10, 12 shots. Do we get anything? Oh my goodness. It's like, I feel like um, Lightroom is struggling to even put together like the quick previews. Oh, we see a little something there. A little something there. We would I remember we would go, this is like, we would work from like, there's like be up at 6:30 or so, head out from the lodging area, like the headquarters at about 7 a.m. Then we'd be working till about 3:30 or 4, then drive back home, and we'd be back at the base in around 5 p.m. At that point, like, chill a little, you kind of eat some snacks, whatever snacks that they had, and wait for the organization's chef to kind of cook the bulk dinner. But in that meantime, while everyone was just waiting, I mean, you kind of had the rest of the 8 hours to yourself. So it's kind of like you worked for a vacation. So people go out, you get a nice little swim while the sun's still out. But I mean, also, I just recall you're still, it's all still there. I mean, like, you know, sun goes down at about, 8 p.m. or so. And you could still head out to the beach in total darkness. And you could swim if you wanted to, or you could just kind of hang out. And that's what people would kind of do here. And that's probably why these shots were so tough. Trying to shoot in the dark. I mean, I must have been using flash, but I also fucked up with exposing this roll of film to light while I was developing it. Yeah, it was cool. It was chill. A whole lot of nothing though here. Oh, so good. Alrighty. I want to see if we can get some color back into some of these photos. Also, my something here. Let's see, I want to go to like preferences because these thumbnail generations seem to be going a little poor. I run graphics processor off. There's like a double run that it has to do. I think it's just Lightroom's like just really trying hard to figure out what the hell is going on in these photos. Alright, at least we only get one jump in this way. Alrighty. Let's go and get our colors back, yeah? As best we can, as best we can. Let's cut this real short. Let's cut like as much of the light leak away as we can. And then let's run an LP. Hey, I like the look of that. How does this compare? Ooh. Ho, ho, ho. So that's number 18. Let's sync these guys all with number 18. In some cases better, and in some cases a bit worse. That one for sure got better. Damn. All right. It's choking a little too hard here, and I feel like there's so little here that's usable. So let's get this out of the way here. The one roll that had a bit of a problem. For anyone curious, I wanted to see some of the other stuff that we had from that roll. Oh, you know what? We didn't quite finish. I remember these were all fucked up because the time that I was trying to do these scans, I was experimenting with the camera setup. So we're going to have to redo all of this anyways. Matter of fact, I might as well just spend all this time now just deleting all this old stuff so that we can redo the whole trip. Because why the hell not? So let's delete these. We'll even delete these too. Because I think that there was some issues with, even though this kind of like looks okay, it wasn't really. So we'll remove these and just we'll redo 143 and 144. Ooh. I am glad we looked at that. St. John. How was 145? Was 145 any good? I think 145 even might have had a little bit of an issue. 160 F10 100. Yeah. Yeah, I would venture to say even 145 had some issues. So we might redo a lot of these, and we might try to do these rather quickly. And that just came down to a matter of the means by which I was running these scans was not with this copy stand. So it was with the overhead arm that I typically use for keyboard streams. When I use it for keyboard streams, it's great. It does exactly what I need it to. The problem is that when you're looking at fine grain and photo film like stills, you're gonna notice the shake, and it's really critical just in the nature of photo film scanning. Like you need a certain amount of light to shine through, but you need to sort of preserve a lot of, you know, what the film really is. And if you can't really capture that properly, then you're gonna run into some problems with the scans. And so I just deleted all of them because I don't give a shit about those. But the problem was the shutter speed that I was shooting at in combo with the ISO and the aperture was typically meant for when I have this harnessed here to this copy stand, which is an incredibly sturdy stand. When it's on this like overhead monitor arm that I use for streaming, it's not as sturdy. So like the micro vibrations are gonna cause a lot of that film grain to like not be there, and the picture to just in general be blurred. So oops. We're just gonna redo these, and I think we can get through them fast. They're not gonna be quite as challenging as that light leak roll. So here we go. Hey, it's me. Whoa. Oh. Supposed to be me. Let's go with that. Let's go with that, but we're probably gonna likely change the profile here. All right, I guess we're all doing the St. John trip for this stream. So that was about 5 rolls. Roll 2 took a long time because of the challenges sort of behind that, but the rest of this should go rather smoothly. Is me. All right. Nekwan Sprav Memorial Court. It's like I think a school. We're doing some painting at the school. We're doing some debris cleanup. I think it was like the perfect time, honestly, for me to have gone on this trip because it's like they definitely needed bodies for some really rather trivial work. Um, what I think is normally typical is there might be like kind of too many volunteers for trivial work, or um, they might be at a phase where it's the work is no longer trivial. Um, so I think like literally not that long after my time here, um, the work ended up being about like home building, which sounds really cool for sure. The problem is like there's in no way that like I'm qualified, and there's in no way that there's like a lot of people who want to do good things may necessarily be qualified. It's kind of the whole like I don't know. It's like somebody's dying on the street and you're not a doctor. It's like it's nice that you want to help, but it's like can't really offer much. Can't really offer much other than yeah, I'm a nice guy. Does it matter that I'm not a doctor? I'm a nice guy. All right. Pretty overexposed, and I think the subsequent 3 roles are going to be exposed kind of like this. So, I think that's a matter of what I started. I started really heavily overexposing everything, just like midway into this trip. So, what I'm gonna do is maybe starting. What would be a good one? I think skin tones might be a good way to start keying off. But let's see. I think in general, so long as like you get the skin tones right, that's like a good measure of how the inversion's going. And you're absolutely lucky if there's no skin in the picture, because then you can kind of do whatever it is that you want. So this is very, let's see. Oof, I don't know how I feel about this. Where can I go and take this? I think a little bit of an issue with like kind of the latitude of exposure on what I think is just like some Superior 400. It's like it's not quite there as compared to nice stocks like Portra, Pro 400H and such. This glove is like gone to hell. I'm just poking out. This here not the worst, but I mean it's like you make some adjustments to the skin and then like the sky goes out of whack. Let's see. Let's just leave that there. Let's try this one. It's like I got a giant piece of dust right dead in the middle there. But it's all good. Let's try this one here. exposure up a little bit. And let's run an LP on this one. I like this better, I think, but there's not enough sky to really figure out what's really going on. But I do like what's gone here, what's gone on for this algorithm. Let us try to apply it to some of these heavily overexposed ones. Let's see what we get. Does this one breathe some life back? This definitely looks like she has some life back in her skin with the sky not being so greenish gray. So I'm kind of happy with that. Pretty happy with that. I think that was a good one to key off of. Some of these I think might otherwise need work because I don't know. I don't recall that the wall was this color. So let's try. Seems a little more accurate. A little bit. It's kind of like leave it there and try applying it to these other two. And see if we like these results. I'm going to go with no. No, I do not. Yeah, let's take that back. But I think this is decent for some of these other ones. Here. Let's try these. Better, I would say. I like where the direction these have gone. Okay, so let's continue. Kind of been just messing around with these for a little while. Very cool. Very cool. So this one, I think I'm going to save this as a preset for 43, 35 millimeter Xperia, 400, 10, 160, 100. I think it's 2. Let's just call it 2. Yep. Okay. Continuing on. Oh yeah, there was this guy. This guy was like mad ripped. This guy is, I think he's like I think he's a model. This guy right here, he's like the nicest guy in the world, and he's like super ripped. I forget where he's from. I don't wanna be totally wrong about guessing where he's from, but I'm sure there's a way for me to figure it out. I do follow him on Instagram. He does like advertisements and stuff, like as a model, which is really cool. I remember he was like way too nice. We picked up this drifter when we were like one weekend, like we had the day off. We picked up this drifter, a big old group, and like this drifter was kind of an asshole. And everyone could all recognize that he was like an asshole, and like everyone was like getting sick of him. But then like this one nice guy, this model guy, was like being like way pleasant, way too too pleasant, to the point where this asshole drifter was like getting too comfortable. It was weird. The dude was he had dinner with us and then he didn't want to pay, which makes sense because I guess he's a drifter. This is cool. The exposure here on this beach is a little different as well. Ooh, yeah. Some of these are getting heavy. Heavy. Ooh, this next one. This next one, I think, or these next couple, I think I'm gonna be excited about, cause I know that these are way, way overexposed, and I want to see what we can do out of them, or what we can make out of them. Yeah, this one. This one I've posted before. Feet. Oh, I should probably hide this one from Twitch, huh? Is this photo safe? My guess is no. I will play with the colors once we get through the whole roll. Alright. These got really dark. So it's just like, yeah, there's just a multitude of different exposures. This roll. Okay. We'll come back. This fella here, he was like 18 or 19 at the time. I was mentioning this a little bit earlier on the stream, but he is like actually got like a little bit of like internet, like social media fame. I think like his dad is like a pretty well followed YouTuber, and then he himself, like, you know, being in the family, he just like appeared in a lot of YouTube videos. And yeah, it's like, what's crazy is that, like, I mean, like, I feel like you're pretty popular if there are people out there who make fan pages for you. You know, it's like, I feel like he's at that point of popular, the kid. And it's a couple years now. He's no longer a teenager, but ooh, this one I actually just posted on Instagram about 2 days ago.
You know they're out there, don't you?
I've had it saved on my phone from the previous time I was scanning. So here we are now, rescanning the third roll from the St. John trip. Hey, we made it to Blackbeard's castle. That was cool. All right. Let's go address some of the different exposures here now. Some of them way more heavily exposed than others. Um, this one right here is like one of the most curious ones to me because there's a lot of definition here, but it's just, yeah, like it was overexposed. So, um, let's see where we can take this. I previously scanned this using an Epson scanner and Silverfast with Negafix. And I don't think it got me to where I wanted it to be. I don't know how much we can recover out of this, and I'm hoping NLP can give us a little more. But let's find out. This doesn't actually look that different, unfortunately. I think the colors are like slightly better when it comes to skin tones, but in terms of just total recovery, I think can't do a whole lot with Superior. A whole lot. Can do a little bit. It's not a lot. I mean, that's pretty good. If I gotta say, I think this might have been better than what I had from before. Let me see if I could pull this up here. I'm gonna try to take a look. Try to take a look for when I last posted it on Instagram and see if we can put together some comparisons here of maybe how the colors were from before to where we are now. Just give me a moment here. I found it. And I mean, this had some real serious work done to it. I think it was like I was just like putting together every slider. But yeah, I feel like we've done some good work here. Good work today. Cause there's a lot of, I don't know, magenta here. Get a lot of definition in these clouds, which is cool, but the colors are just totally off. And this is sort of the result here of trying to just dick around with Negafix in Silverfast, just Lightroom sliders, and then like when you bring it into Instagram, messing around with even more sliders after that. But this is good. This is real good. Like part of me is like, damn, can we do better than this? Maybe we can do better than this. All right. Let's go for that, and then let us also try to apply this to a bunch of the other pretty well overexposed photos here. Oh boy. Ah, jeez. Yeah, it's to the point where it's like, okay, all the photos that were kind of taken next to each other, I think we have them together pretty okay. But like even here, this is like a slightly different time and place. Um, this one as well. So it's like, I would think that these might need to be redone. Granted, I mean, if it's to the point where it's like, well, would I even use these for anything? I mean, maybe. And part of me is just like, well, why the fuck not? Let's try it out. Definitely got some little, I don't know, X-ray effect or whatever going on there on the side. Let's cut that out when we do the inversion with NLP. Just kind of see where we can get. Oh, what? Did I not do that? Oh, had a bunch of these selected. Okay, let's try this again. Negative Lab Pro. Pulled up the exposure a bunch. Better. That's a lot better. Let's try bringing this. Ooh. You can only take down the brightness so much. I mean, to be perfectly honest, it's like, I don't even know, because I'm doubtful this was even like a great picture to even consider, just because they're out of focus. Yeah, we can kind of do something similar here, but again, still out of focus. It's like mostly these trees and stuff, all the greenery, kind of what's been on focus. So I feel like we can kind of toss those. Now as for these guys, that's a little more accurate, but we can just tighten it up in general. Let's try for this one. I think we're getting a lot of good skin color and focus. Yo, Glennon, what's going on, dude? My guy. Oh, Glennon, my guy. I gotta show you something here. Glennon, glad you could be here. Take a look at this. This is GMK Alter, the key set that's inspired by Fate Grand Order. I know how much you're into Fate Grand Order, so I'm just like, oh shit, I've been meaning to tell you about that. Put some more light on it. I don't really want to mess with my face cam. I typically have this top-down camera to be able to show this, but the top-down camera is connected in a different way that allows me to do these film scans. So I'm not gonna mess with it right this second. All right, I'll check it out when you post a pic on your Instagram. Yeah, check that out. It's called GMK Alter. It came out. It ran a little while ago, and I think it's all sold out to the point where if you try to buy it on the aftermarket, it must be like $500 now. Yeah, it's some ridiculous. I'll paste this picture. But Glennon, I hope you've been doing well. It's nice to be able to see you again, and thank you for the Prime subscription. Shouts out, man. Hope you've been doing very, very well. All right. Interesting colors here. I think warm is that white balance we want to go towards. And let's see, pull the darkness down a little bit for the brightness. where do we want these colors to be? I mean, probably just if we keep it at warm, we're probably good to go. Glennon, man. Glad to see your name. How is everything? I haven't been on Twitch in a while. Ad Twitch, I think, a lot of what Twitch is doing is they're constantly like a lot of the Twitch development, I think honestly constantly goes into ensuring that people's ad blockers don't work. But I think people are actually constantly trying to find ways to like it's a constant battle, like who gets ahead, Twitch or the ad blocker people. And let me see here. I think honestly, if you go to like the live stream fail subreddit, I think that they'll quite often have tips on how to readjust your ad blocker. All right, these indoor colors, much better than what we had from before. Yeah, this one I just posted on Instagram. They were rolling me 30-second ads back in like November, so I just gave up. I got a 15-second one just now. That's doable. What's the wire coming from behind your ear? I got this head-worn like lavalier. Oh shit! I just realized I haven't been actually showing anything. Anyways, as for this guy, yeah, it's a microphone. Head-worn microphone. I have it wireless so that like I'm not like super stuck to anything. But this goes down into a transmitter that's just like in my pocket. Yeah, I quite like it. I wished it matched my skin tone more, but this is a used microphone. Just because the microphone is like super expensive, I wanted to go used, and this was the color that was available. It's cool if you're familiar at all with Louis Rossmann. He does like all of that. He has that channel on YouTube where he just fixes up like crazy ass like computer and just like other devices, like problems that come along with those. I think he has one of these like BPA microphones. Anyways, scrolling through, these colors are a lot stronger than they were from before. We previously had them just earlier with the synchronized preset looking really, really dark. Made some adjustments here. We got a lot of definition back. And this looks significantly better than when I first ran these scans a couple years ago. So I'm really happy about that. By the way, Glennon, if you recall, there was that 2 weeks I took off of work in 2018 for this disaster relief program. And these roles from way back then are I'm kind of redoing them just because I think I have a setup now where I can get colors to be a lot more accurate. Yeah, this was the end of this roll, and I'm going to continue along to this following one. Whereby we have a bunch of photos from Blackbeard's castle. Blackbeard, the real guy. I guess if you look him up, Blackbeard was not an urban legend or anything. He was actually a real pirate. And he actually had a castle, like I guess built in. I think this was in St. Thomas. This was the middle-sized island of the primary 3 Virgin Islands. He actually had a castle on St. Thomas. And then they took that castle and they converted it into like a hotel. So it's like it's kind of a tourist attraction, I guess, nowadays. It's real cool. I'm gonna go back to this one here. Let's save this preset. I actually quite like this preset. And we're gonna save it as 144, even though we haven't actually measured it for that. 10, 160, 100. Let's call it 2 because I don't know if I even have one of these already. So we'll run. Oh, I could have just looked here. The answer is no. I like that Blackbeard statue. Yeah, it's super sick. I like this guy's head right here. You know what was extra funny was that like I was there for disaster relief, right? So the thing was the whole Blackbeard's castle hotel was actually closed down for maintenance because they had to fix it up, and it was just like no one could actually stay there. So we show up, we arrive there, and it's like closed, like couldn't get in. And I remember we were just like, oh man, are you serious? And then like we were debating just like trying to figure out how to jump the fence so we could just like get in and see. But just as we were about to try, a maintenance guy literally just walks out of Blackbeard's castle, like one of these like side entrances, and we just ask him like, hey, like, we're doing. I think one of the guys who might have talked to him like played the like, hey, we're volunteering card to say like, can we just like check it out? And the guy's like, oh yeah, sure. So he opened it up for us, and then you can kind of see here. This guy, look at this guy. As I go in to the next one, the next shot here, it's just like there's like garbage cans full of like light bulbs and other shit here. It's just like, yeah, this place is not like ready or even just like good for the public. Like I could see why it was closed. They're like they had to do a lot of work to fix it up. But yeah, this is essentially the castle or what became of it. I'm not sure if this alone was the castle or if there was like the whole extra outside area, but they converted whatever was this outside area to actual like hotel rooms. It's cool. It's just like we had these days off. This one's like extra overexposed. So we'll adjust that color or those colors when we get around. This was a cannon. This is literally a cannon outside of Blackbeard's castle, and they kind of just kept it up. I'm guessing they've like decommissioned it. But I don't know. I'm not a cannon expert. I don't know how I would have been able to tell. All right, are the rest of these exposed like this? Because if so, I might as well just like redo some of these colors now. Yeah, so we'll do that here. So white balance based off of the frame edge. Close this in. And then we run NLP. So run it through the algorithm again. Here's where we've landed. Let's see, can we darken it? And is that helpful? It's like a little bit, but not really. So I'm going to unconvert. Cancel. Let's pull this up. Yeah, to about 1.5 plus 1.5 in exposure, and then try to run the negative inversion. Let's see if NLP gives us any other result here. Looks like it helped. What I could do is blast more light into the scan, or just like, you know, adjust the actual DSLR setup so that like we take in more. But honestly, it's probably fine. I feel like we could blast it even more. Hold up. Let's go to +2. Closer to +2. This ain't the worst thing I've ever done. Like, look at that top, the sort of bending there. Glennon, I hope you're good. Glennon, you guys schooled me about Fate Grand Order. Should I get in on it? Should I learn all about Fate Grand Order? Alrighty. There's a Blackbeard character. They made him a huge weave. Oh shit, that's hilarious. Tell me more. School me here. I know nothing of the series. I want to learn more. I want to make this worth something. This one, the colors here got a lot better. Significantly better. Fortunately, she's out of focus, but still much better than it was before. Okay, anyways. I just roll the lottery to get characters. Oh, this is a cool one. I remember. I'm remembering this. It was like this like statue of like, I don't know. I guess like pirate wenches or something. I don't know. I could be totally wrong about that, but I do remember seeing this, and I feel like I should just Google it to figure out what this was. I wonder if these colors are good for it. There's like an in-between. I think I'd need to just do this separately if I really wanted to. But I do actually really like this photo. I think it's crazy. 2.5 years later, I'm looking at this photo and it's like, damn, this is like crazy usable. And I feel like I could like post this on Instagram like tomorrow if I wanted. Just super cool. And I'm like super glad I have this setup that allows me to see these colors more accurately. What have you been up to otherwise, Glennon? G-Lone? Nothing's changed? Wait, I gotta ask this. Do you still like not have any furniture? I remember we were talking this time last year and you had no furniture and you'd moved in for a couple weeks and we talked. You had no furniture. You were working from the floor, no sofa, no TV stand. Have a desk now, but still need a TV. My God. My God. So like, do you are you like me and you double your desk as like, you know, your dining table? You have a sofa? I feel like those are the essentials. Yeah, you hear pretty much my keyboard's probably really nasty. Are you still using that Nova Touch with the those aftermarket domes? Ooh, that's a nice photo. That didn't look quite as nice when I last scanned this 2 years ago. It's crazy. I've been getting back into the world of keyboards in this last year. I mean, I basically had a 3-year hiatus, and I've been getting back into it in the last year. But I don't know if I mentioned this, but you know, I started dating, and so Ada, she had mentioned, or she had said like, hey, like, I told her that I used to be really into keyboards, which is like kind of like a little bit embarrassing for me to like admit. And she's like, "Oh no, that's cool. Like I've known people who are into it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I told her like how much I used to be into it, and then she just said like, "Oh, do you want to like build a keyboard together?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I got a bunch of spare parts." Um, and then ever since then, I've kind of like snowballed back into, um, you know, the hobby essentially. But yeah, so the Nova Touch, what's interesting is like very specifically the Nova Touch, um, is like worth a lot. Like it's crazy. Um, those like the MX like, you know, cross mount sliders for Topre is like super desirable. Specifically the spacebar. So, just so you know, if you ever get rid of it, it's worthwhile to know that it's worth something. I've been, I mean, you remember me, I've been all about HHKBs, and so like I'm happy to like be back in the hobby. Wow, these colors are crazy. This did not look like this. This did not look like this before when I last scanned. That's super cool. I don't want to move the custom domes to another keyboard. um, so you remember me? I was like always all about my HHKB, and I think like to me, honestly, the layout is just more important than anything. And so re-entering the hobby is like cool because there's so many MX, you know, like your ability to build an HHKB layout board with like MX switches and having all the MX keycaps, like having all that kind of compatibility there has just been like so perfect. It's like it was only a matter of time before it happened, but it happened and I'm happy. So I've been doing my thing, just trying to basically collect as many HHKB layout boards as possible, like from like different makers, different people who've basically built HHKB or designed HHKB boards. I've just been like doing that. And these are crazy. These look fantastic. Super fantastic. It's like, I don't know. Can we get better than this? I don't know if we can do any better than this because this looks great. I mean, part of me is like, might as well try. No harm in trying. I actually just opened a keyboard earlier on stream. I bought secondhand from a fella. The color is great. The problem was it came with a giant nick on one corner. Now I don't really care that much about damage, but it's like it's not what I paid for. You know, I didn't know it was gonna come with a nick, so I'm gonna reach out to the seller, see if he can do anything for me, because highly undesirable. Alright, I don't know if this is better than it was before. This seems a little bit more accurate in terms of color, but the other one just had like this nice warmth to it. And this one's very cold. Very cold. Oh, we warm it up. Does this basically take us back to where we just were? Oh, it's closed, but now I think this is more real. Sync these guys. Whoa, what happened there? A whole lot of nothing. Actually do like this better with all this weird warmth. It's cool. I'm still waiting for a Topre keyboard with a nipple. What does that mean? Like a track point? Yeah, that seems right. Okay. Yeah, track point. Dude. Oh, you should check this out. This isn't, I think this is still in kind of the design phase, but it's really sick. Yeah, it's still in the design phase, but check this shit out. This is fucking awesome. It's an HHKB, but it's like split. HHKB layout in MX, but it's like split right down the middle. So I'm just like thinking like, oh, you could throw a track point right in the middle, or like a track ball right in the middle of it. That'd be a cool thing to do. That's like an insta cop right there for me. I scooped that up so fast. How did I? There's a bunch of photos just missing here. I think it's literally as underexposed as possible. Yeah, he's like, I got nothing here. Man, it's like, what am I even doing right now? Alright, well, I don't know what any of those pictures actually were, but I think we got back to something that's exposed. Very cool. Very cool. Hey, this right here. This was a sick ass shot right here. We were just sitting in the back seat in the Jeep, driving on our way to somewhere. Um, the storms got real crazy this day because just like all the tropical weather is wild. And so we were just kind of like stopped for a bit while our driver, like the main head guy, like my team lead, was just like kind of calling around saying like, hey, what's going on? Like, are we good to go or what should we be doing? So we kind of stopped on the road and we stopped right literally near this other Jeep that was just destroyed. You can see the whole windshield is just fucking gone. Crazy shit. And I remember thinking like we were stopped, the storm's wild, and I remember like we are just sitting there like, oh man, like I think we were stopped in a place we didn't know where we were, and we're just like, oh jeez, this is like super eerie, even though it's like as bright this day out. It was just rainy, stormy, all that. What's crazy too is when you're out there, it's like Google Maps doesn't really work. You have to like basically try to download this other, it's like a Google Maps specifically for the island. It was just like totally different. Try to get another shot of it. It just looks so crazy. But fortunately, got a lot of motion blur here. I think the car was moving. Ooh, this one was cool. So a lot of the work that we're doing, I was mentioning I was on this chainsaw team. We're just like cutting down trees. The whole point was to cut down trees that, because of the storm, had come to the realization that it posed like a hazard to people or their homes. So we came over to this one home. People have to sort of like apply for like, hey, I think we got a danger. Can you come take a look and help us out with this? Because some of the people on the island can't really afford to do it on their own. We went over to this house, and this guy had this massive fucking, I think it was a tamarind tree, I believe. This massive tree. And so we spent like all day cutting parts off the tree, like because you couldn't cut down the whole tree. You were cutting parts of it, just bit by bit at a time. You cut off like significant branches. You cut off parts that like seem stumpy. And so we were working at this the whole time, and this was half the tree. The other half, like, I mean, essentially two things. It would have been a ton of work. It would have been another day's work, but on top of that, like, what was remaining of it after cutting this down and cutting and bucking it up was what was left was not a hazard. So but it was cool and fun to be able to like see like, oh shit, this is like the fruit of our work that day. Crazy. Just another little portrait shot of it. This was cool. This was our team, me taking pictures of the three other guys as we just sort of like monitor and make sure we're good with what's going on. Actually, I kind of remember. I'm looking at this now. This guy right here. I remember this guy right here was literally here for one day because he wasn't really a volunteer, but he was one of the organizers. He was a boyfriend of. So he was like there for like, the weekend to like visit her, but like arrived on a Friday, I believe. And so it's just like, well, I'm here on a Friday, and they kind of just like put him to work. And it was awkward because I'm realizing now it's like me and these these guys, me and these three guys were a team. We suddenly got stuck with this extra guy that no one really knew. because his girlfriend was on another team. So it was just like real awkward, messing up our chemistry because the four of us, me and these three guys, were like, you know, we were tight. It's like, who is this guy? This is I remember one night we bought a bunch of snacks and they were trying to make one of those like Pringles Ringles. And I think at some point it just fell apart. Glenn, as long as he wasn't an ass. Yeah, no, it was chill. It was just like we all kind of knew that like he wasn't there for volunteering. Like, you know, he was there to bone, you know? Like it's like, come on, you know, we all know. All right. Last photo wasn't really particularly strong. The Pringles Ringle was. All right. I'm going at this for about 2 hours now, telling some stories and slowly going through trying to get some of these colors right again. But we do have one more roll from this trip. And again, I think about a month, maybe I think it was more than a month ago. I actually did some of these rolls. I already scanned some of these rolls, but they didn't turn out very optimally because we were using a different methodology for scanning that caused the scans to be not great. So we're just redoing them again. But it's also good because I was doing the rolls all out of order, but starting tonight, we're doing them all in order and we're doing them all entirely, and it's good to just sort of reminisce over this. And now that it's in order, the memories are coming back in order, which makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, so start a new tether. 145 is our session, and then we start with picture 1. Are we good? I don't think that did what I wanted it to do. Start a new tether. 145. There we go. Yep, these scans a lot stronger than before. Just kind of tell it looks like a little bit less blurry than the last time I did it. Actually, you know, I can find out when it was that I did this. Oh, whoa. I don't know when exactly this happened, but apparently my brother is hosting me. He might have finished up his stream and then just started. I don't know if it's his auto host or something. I don't know why I don't get really like notifications for that. I definitely got to work on my overlay to like deal with more WebSocket stuff, so that I have like a better understanding of who's rating me, who's subscribing, all that. Because I feel like I'm missing like a lot of notifications that Twitch is supposed to be giving me. It's kind of blowing it. So apparently February 1st, so it was about a month and a half ago, was when I was trying to work on some of these film scans. That's when I'd realized that a lot of these were kind of weak. Late January, early February, all that. Okay. don't know if this is the preset that I want. Let's see. I'll go back here because I think that this preset here ended up being pretty damn solid, I must say. Alright, back to this. Yeah. It's like a little difference, but slightly more accurate, and that's what we're looking for. Just a level of accuracy here. Alright. So we've just scanned number 3. Moving on to number 4 here. Let's make a daytime one. Let's see if this holds up. Yeah, pretty good. This gives us like better greens, but depends on what we like more out of skin. I think that other one might be a little bit better for daytime. We're talking skin. Glennon, all right, man. I'm gonna sleep. I was just trying to finish up some work. Nice stream though. Hey, man. Glennon, anytime, man. I'm always here. Just try to see if we get through these ads. Yeah, man. Hope you have a good night, man. And talk to you again hopefully soon. Take care. It's a cool one. Just drinking some water. Some Gatorade or whatever that is. Yeah, I think these daytime ones deserve this other preset. Cool ones here. Very cool. A couple more strips, guys. A couple more strips and we're in the clear. Doing all these vacationing rolls of film. My vacation. You got some PTO next week, but I don't have any such trip planned. Ooh, okay. This is real good. We're seeing these heavily overexposed shots that I'm almost absolutely certain had to have been really terrible when I last scanned these, but we can make some coloring adjustments to these as we kind of march forward here. So here are those two guys. This guy right here, the young teenager, social media, some social media fame right here, and this is the older gentleman, 60 years old, who was coming back to St. John. Kind of real indicative of, I think the whole trip, I think these two guys, like right here, is like, this is like the shot. Where you look at it and it's like, that's what this is all about, right? Like two people kind of coming together. An older guy who's seen a lot, a younger guy who kind of was like in a little trouble, a little troublemaker, and the older guy who probably once was a little troublemaker as well. We're all there doing some hard work, trying to do some good, you know. That's what it's all about. little lizard on a canvas. Someone painted on. She got a little cut or something. A lot of dust on this. Like I'm scrubbing this through a brush, but some of the dust is passing through. All right, 3 more strips. We are home clear. This guy, this next shot right here, this was my team lead. A lot of people thought he was like a huge asshole, which, to be fair, he was. To be fair, he was. But it was very interesting. My perspective on it, I think, was just like a little bit different. Where it's like, I see some people around me and go like, how could you like deal with him treating you like that, or how could you deal with him treating just people like that in general? Part of me was thinking like, hey man, like I'm here on vacation because like, you know, work is stressful. That's why I'm like trying to take some time away from it. And I know that like at the end of the day, like here's a guy like, yeah, he's kind of a dick, but that's what I'm talking about. Like we're all here doing trying to do something good here, and at the same time, I'm like, yeah, at the very end of this, I might be returning to work to some people who, you know, are still assholes in a different way, but like on the scale of assholes are like might be the same, you know. Might be more. This is cool. I'm just like a big fan of the camera. This is, I think, the T2 Contax T2 that I brought along. I think that I have a T2 and a T3. And I think they both render slightly differently, but with that said, they both render very, very well. And I'm like, for the shots that I've taken on this trip that were actually exposed properly to the point where, hey, like using Superior, you know, stock, NLP knows what to do with it once I have the scan coming through. Can really, really emphasize like just how strong these Contax cameras are. It's like little pocket cameras with just such excellent glass. It's awesome. Super awesome. Here's one. We got an underexposed shot coming in. This is cool because I think we can dig around with the colors here and get a little more out of it in a different way. We're gonna get a lot of grain, but you can kind of see a little bit more. Her expression, she's just on her phone or something. I think I posted that one before. Her, it's like I got this issue here where it's like, you know, I'm trying to like, I could see the little sight here where it's like, this is the part that's supposed to be in focus, but then somehow like all of the rest of everything else behind her was in focus. Whoa, is this new? Oh my god, this is new! What the shit? When did this happen? Holy fuck! No way! What? Wait, was this here the whole time? No way! Oh my god, I'm gonna like go back to my VOD just to check. Like, this was okay. First of all, this was like never here. This was never here like before today's stream. Um, this must have been a recent Lightroom update or something because I used to always have to open up this live view in something else. But this shit is crazy. When did they add this? What the fuck? I'm gonna Google this shit. Live view beta Lightroom. 2 days ago. Holy smokes. Apparently it was there this whole stream. No? It was there this whole stream. This shit is sick as fuck. Damn, I was like, for a little while now, I was like, why the fuck they not got a live view? I mean, fortunately, I'm new to scanning in the last year, through DSLR scanning. So, I'd done this a little bit before, but not, you know, it's a whole thing. But this is cool as fuck. What the fuck? Is it just slow as shit though? Oh, interesting. So it's like it cuts me off though. Huh. Yeah, 6016 by 4016. It just cuts off like 700 pixels off each side, that's a little weird. So here's what we do. I guess we open up the live so you can kind of see it go, but then you close it so that you can get all the everything else back. Holy smokes. I feel like I got some news to post in some discords, because this is cool. So it's like, as soon as I finish, like it's like I can go hit live view, close this, and then take the picture. And then we're back here, live view. Oh shit, that's a fucking game changer. They really spend the whole stream, was it 2.5 hours not knowing this? That's the real pog. No photo here was the play of the game. The play of the game was learning about all this. Close it, take it, and then so after I take the shot is when I just click it. All right. I think that this is the end of the 5th roll, and this is like my trip back. Oh shit, I forgot to close it. All good though. Ay, ay, ay. Man, I've been wondering, waiting when we get something like this. Take the same shot over and over again. Alright, this is the end of the roll. Holy smokes! Alright, that's cool as fuck. I am going to take some screenshots of that, post in the Twitch photo Discord, post somewhere. And that is very cool. I don't know how I spent this whole time not even noticing that something here changed. Jeez. Alright. Let's close that up. Close this down. Alright. Adjust some of these colors here now that we've reached the end, but putting away this last piece of film into this guy. And my favorite part of the stream is getting to take these gloves off. Best part of the stream. Alright. Let's take a look here. A little look-see. A last shot on the Virgin Islands. It would be cool to be able to go back someday, but who knows when that will or when that could be. It's a curious case out there. I remember we were talking to someone who kind of said something a little bit. It felt kind of dramatic, I'm not gonna lie. But they mentioned that it's like just by the nature of the area, would be hard pressed to ever see like a long future of the islands that would be in good condition. I think it was like it's pretty bleak, to be perfectly honest. Pretty bleak outlook. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure that there's going to be a time where hopefully it'll be okay. At least hopefully. In some point, should I ever opt to head back over there, it would be very cool. Switching topics a little bit. Whoa. Aha. So this is cool because I think I got pretty close to these colors once before. But let's see. If I go take a look at my own profile, we can maybe see where this picture was from before. Here's this picture. So this one's very blue compared to what we're able to sort of generate now. Silver fast thing, I guess. Hey, here we are. This one's just a lot brighter in terms of exposure overall. I like what we got now. What we had from before was decent, but I like what we got now. It's real good. Some of these may benefit. One's okay-ish. And these were not bad from how they were from before. Let's play with this one though. This one we had some work done on it. And I want to see what kind of recovery we can have using NLP today compared to what we had in Negafix from before. Where might have it been? Where might have it been? Is that what I want to say? There it is. All right. So, say we brighten it up. What do we get out of it? Brighten up these darks, brighten up the blacks. So there we get like that kind of funny looking, like we know that someone's trying to fix the density situation, trying to pull up these blacks. I feel like it's gonna remain mostly close when it comes to like levels. You can kind of see like on the histogram, it's probably not gonna be like hugely different, like just in terms of the overall shape. But this one was very blue. This one's less blue, and I do like that because this is like what remaining colors there are. I'm picturing now is more accurate, and I'm a big fan of that. So that's sick. We similarly saw this other photo. Where was it? It was the one of the shoes. Different pictures, different feel. This likely more accurate. This one kind of gives a little bit of a different tone. But it's chill. A lot of these came in like a little bit darker. See if I can find this corresponding one. Here was this guy. Do we see it anywhere? Where was it? I don't know if I could see it super easily. It was here. I swear it. I don't know. Struggling to find it though. Yeah, it was a little later. There's that freaky one. I don't know I can spot it so easily. I swear I posted it though. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's not here. Okay. Definitely put it up somewhere though. Alright, let's try. We take this guy and sync this up here. What do we get? Hey, we got a picture. Got a picture out of that one. It's real good. Probably do much the same for a couple of these backwards. There we go. That one has some of that X-ray banding or whatever on the side, but we're mostly good here. Alrighty. Let's see if we can go find the play of the stream. Picture of the stream here. Let's take a look. I'm gonna scan through these. This one has a chicken in it, and that might be possibly my fanny pack or somebody else's. Cock. It's a cock. See, this one's pretty highly overexposed. But this one might actually be pretty good. I think there might be others, but I'm realizing I'm looking at this guy and thinking this could be very strong. What I think is cool about this one is just that it has this progression of people who get closer and closer to the project. You could clearly kind of like see, you know, the designs on the shirts sort of saying that, hey, this is a team of volunteers. Like, I think there's just like, you can see a lot of meaning behind this one. And I think that it's embodied pretty well. I think that the composition could have been slightly better with, like, you know, these two guys not so much in a line. But I think it's doing well. I think the tamarind tree is also a pretty cool one. Got this freaky one, which I think I also did post in here somewhere. Right there. So we got some more accurate colors here out of it. This one looks like a little bit more like a cold cinematic look. This one here just looks more real. The way it was supposed to look. This one's cool. This one's really cool. I think I also had that picture posted here somewhere as well. Same thing. But this one makes it work way better for like the goofiness of all of it. Not supposed to look like a scary little thing. A little horror movie. I mean, we might just end up going back to that other photo that I did really like with the guy. His back turned and just like looking out into the ocean. There's also this one. This one's cool as fuck also. Let's see what we could do with it. Pump this up just a tiny bit. Run NLP. Turn the brightness down just a tad. Let's see. We'll go a little in between. I like that. This one's cool. This is actually really cool. Some of these photos are funny as fuck. This one's hilarious to me. Here's Blackbeard, the real guy. Scrolling through here. Anything real good here? I feel like a lot of the strong ones I've already posted on Instagram. Which is like, that shouldn't take away from what's good on this stream, but part of me is like, oh, I've seen some of these before. And these are just so funny, like the inability for Lightroom to even comprehend what a good thumbnail would be. Just because its rendering is like just totally puzzled by it. It's actually pretty funny. This one was cool though. This one was probably one of the cooler ones of the roll. Just wished I didn't fuck it up. Yeah, it could very well be this one. I'm gonna kind of debate between this guy right here and shit. This one's funny as fuck. Blackbeard's castle. Which to choose? This one, I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. Because this was way worse before. I can't decide, so you know what? I am going to probably just post both, just because I can't decide. So we'll throw that on Discord. We'll kind of just see. Alrighty. I think that's it for me, guys. Let's see. I do see. I think a French streamer who might be doing some photo stuff right now. Let's see if there's any other folks who might be on. Doing some photography stuff. Might actually be it. All right. Cool. All right, everybody. I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight, guys. A couple of commands here. Shouts out to everybody who's come by and checked out all this stuff here. All the packages we opened, all the chats, all that. Glennon for the sub. Everybody, thanks for being here. If anyone wants to join the Discord for updates on when I go on, if you guys want to see the, the hot stream pics that we post in after every photo stream, or just want to learn about, or have discussions about anything else that I stream, including the keyboards, Splatoon stuff, all the Nintendo stuff, all that. Feel free to hop in the Discord for stuff like that, notifications when I go live. Much appreciated. Everybody wants to join the community. Also, I wanted to throw this out there. I do develop and scan, my own film, but I wanted to open up my commission form to anyone who's interested in just having some of this out there. Still trying to look for more clientele. So what I might do is I might try to start soliciting folks out there, if they're willing for me to just like send them over some disposables so they can send them back and I can develop them on stream and do some scanning on stream. But we'll kind of see what goes on with all of that. Finally, I usually send all bits and subs to the San Francisco Marin Food Bank. We had a big hype train from Jack Static and a few others last Thursday when we were building the GAF 60, which is gonna be real cool because then we're gonna have a big sizable donation that I can send over to them at the food bank. So really excited about that. But if you guys wanted to be able to donate directly to them, I got that link for my donation page there. That way Twitch doesn't take the big old 50% cut, and you get more bang out of your buck. You can also write it off on your taxes and all that. Cool. Alrighty. So with all that said, see when the next time I'm gonna be on is. I am on PTO next week, so there's a chance I might do more streams. There's a chance I might do less. We'll kind of see how it goes. But yeah. Until next time, everybody. Good night from San Francisco. We're going to be rating. I'm gonna butcher the name. La Ligue des Photographers. Good night, guys.